Beautiful video.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. It means a lot to Adar and me.
So I'm just going to ask Anya, I'm just going to ask you a few questions that I've been dying to know. I've just met her today backstage, and we've had a little chat, but please tell me, how has the journey been so far? Because there's a life, right? There's one life before you sign your first film, and then there's the other. Like literally everything just changes. It starts to feel different. So what was it like? What was it like before you became an actor? And what was the first break like? And then what were the reactions? And I don't want to ask you anything specifically because I know that it's a thing, that it's a moment that you can't even say because there's so much that happens, so much that happened to me. So tell me, what was the first thing that you thought of when Adi told you, yes, you're going to be doing this movie?
So I remember when Adi sir finally told me that I've got this movie. That was my first proper conversation with Adi sir. Before that, I'd seen him at the cafe, you know, passed a smile, said hello, but that's it, nothing beyond that. And Shanu one day told me that, listen, I'm coming to office to meet you, and I just want to chat with you. So I said, okay, cool, like I'll wait. And Shanu Sharma takes me to the lift and she says, we're going to the 4th floor. Now, only because of Coffee with Karan, I know that the 4th floor means this is Aditya Chopra's place. So I was extremely nervous going from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor. I went and I sat, I had a glass of water because I was so nervous. And Adi sir walks in, very coolly says, okay, so you've got the film and I want you to work really hard. And so I heard that and I was like, I was listening to what Adi was I was hearing what Adi sir was saying, but I wasn't actually listening to him because everything just went completely blank for me. And I couldn't believe it. Like I thought when I get the film, I'll like cry or like, you know, it'll be very dramatic. But I think I couldn't believe the fact that my dream had finally turned into reality because it was very hard for me. So those 5 minutes I just spent staring and not listening. And I walked out, Shanu gave me a hug. And I went back home and I FaceTimed my entire family. And I think that's when it hit me that, you know, finally what I really wanted has come to me.
And nobody in your family has ever done movies or been associated with cinema in any way, right?
No.
So what was that like? What was their reaction to this, to hearing this? Were they prepared for it? Did they know you're going to be auditioning for this film?
So my mother and of course my father, everybody knew I'd been auditioning because I'd been auditioning for about 2.5 months before I got the film. And my mother kept telling me that, Anya, don't get your hopes too high because, you know, if you don't get it, you'll be very upset. So I think that's something I tried to do, but in my mind I was like, if I don't get this, I'm going home. Like, that's the end of it. Like, this is it for me, and I have to get this. So I was very positive about the auditions. I think Shanu and Habib sir and Adi sir, everyone was very motivating. So it was quite okay.
But then you auditioned a lot. Did you face, because that's a process, no? Because you'll go to a lot of movie auditions and sometimes they tell you, you've been shortlisted, and you're like...
So many times, so many
you're
times.
Like, it's down to 2 girls. Yeah. It's you and another girl, and somehow it's the other girl who's getting it.
So that happened with me a lot. In fact, they would call me and be like, you know, you've been shortlisted, and it's between you and one more girl. And I'd be like, okay, please God, give this to me, please, please. I'd call up my mom and be like, Acha mama, you know, I've been shortlisted for this ad. I think I'm going to get it. And of course, I never got it. I never got it.
I know what you're saying because I felt that too. And this whole thing of this is a difficult place to be in, and it's very hard if you're from outside, and you'll go down the wrong road. That's a very common perception that people had. A lot of my family members also used to say that to my parents. But tell me something, because you are not from the industry, and you know this is the perception that is built up about it. How do you continue dreaming to be this, to become an actor? You know what I'm saying? There's a natural restraint that is somehow is unsaid, but it's there, right? That it's difficult, it's hard. But so how do you continue feeling motivated and focused to work towards this place?
So when I came to Bombay, my mother had made it very clear that I'm giving you 1 year, Anya, And if within that year you don't get something, you're coming right back and I'm sending you to pursue your master's. Because my mother was very keen that I studied. So when I came to Bombay, I had the pressure of not only a timeline, but also like, will I get anything? Then as time passed, months went and I went for auditions and I didn't get anything. There were a lot of times when I questioned myself and I was like, was this the right choice? I gave up everything and I came to Bombay not knowing anybody, not only from the industry, but even outside. I had like 2 friends in Bombay. So was this the right choice? But then, since the first movie that I watched in my life, which was Dil To Pagal Hai on screen, it stuck on. So obviously there was something in me that kept pushing me and saying that, listen, your entire life you wanted to do this. Just give it a shot and just keep trying. Chalo, you have 1 year. That 1 year at least push yourself and go for every audition possible. You'll get something. So I think that is what really motivated me, the fact that this was my dream and I gave up everything for my dream. So I felt like I had to get it and I was here to get it. So, yeah.
Nice. And how is it working with Yash Raj Films to be launched by the banner?
I mean, I can't believe this has happened with me. It's very surreal. It's anyone's dream, I feel, to be launched by such a prestigious banner. And Yash Raj is now family, I feel, I don't feel like I'm a new person because I feel like I have a whole family backing me. So if I have a question, if I'm uncertain about something, I know that there are 30 people I can go up to and be like, listen, I'm really confused. Can you help me with this? Which, if I wasn't a part of this family, I think I would have been very nervous and lost. Yeah.
Which is the best thing, right? Because while they give you that support and, you can always go to them with any kind of, when you're feeling a little hesitant about something, but at the same time, you're also always made to be your own person. And they encourage that. They encourage you to be the person that you are and to not become like anybody. And when you come from outside the industry, there's no sense of kind of familiarity or any kind of baggage that I have to be a certain way or this is how an actor must be and should be. And I think that is encouraged here, which is what I think, I should share with you all also, which is what I think is most amazing about Yash Raj Films, that you're always encouraged to become your own person. And whoever you are, you build up on that. And that's why it's, of course, with Yash Raj being such a big banner, but that's another thing which I think is equally important and helpful. No?
Definitely. I agree with you completely because they do encourage you to be your own person and at the same time, they'll help you with whatever and they'll keep motivating you and pushing you. And I think they've given me a lot of confidence, which is something I was lacking because I'm so unfamiliar with this world. So I think that's something they really gave me. Like this. It was them that said you can do this. So yeah.
You look lovely. Now, how is it working with Adar? You all should know that I have recently worked with Adar because Adar was assisting Karan Johar in Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. And he's a very talkative boy, as you all must have already experienced. So how is it working with him? He's extremely entertaining. And he always has some stories to tell.
Adar is an extremely entertaining person. Like, just his being is very entertaining. I can watch him and be in splits. He talks a lot. He has a great sense of humor. He has these wonderful one-liners. And I was always entertained on set. I was always in splits. Even during a really serious scene, I had to actually go to another room. So I was away from Adar because he was always making me laugh. But the other thing about Adar is that he has a very short attention span. So you could be talking to him, you could be this close to him, but he's not listening to you. Like, he's just in his own world, and I could be like, Adar does not care. Doesn't matter who you are, what you're saying. So that's just one flaw he has, I'd say. But it was wonderful working with him. I think it's nice because this is both our first film. So starting a journey together, learning so many things together. It was because we both were equally excited about everything. First day on set, first day of shoot, this press conference. So everything is just has been a wonderful journey together.
Anya, you're lovely and very charming. and whatever interaction that I've had with you today, it's been so refreshingly honest that I hope you do really, really well, and your first film is very successful, and your work is highly appreciated. I'm hearing very good things about your work, so I wish you all the best.